Welcome to this PPP loan forgiveness application, how to calculate FTEs. This is an updated template to the previous template I did on FTEs. Okay, there have been a number of clarifications and a couple of changes, and so I updated this template completely. So if you did use the previous FTE template, you should input your data into this one. There are a couple of additions I put in here, and I'm going to show you those here in just a minute. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this yet, the PPP loan, the forgiveness provisions, you've got to look at the cost, what you spend your money on, with the whole 75% on payroll, 25% on other costs. And then you also have this FTE calculation. And basically, this is just a headcount calculation that says, basically, did you have as many employees this year as you had last year? And if you do, you're good. If you don't, then part of your forgiveness will be reduced. Okay, so this template here is going to help walk you through and hopefully simplify the process of calculating your FTEs. So a couple things I want to go through. So make sure you watch this all the way through because it's going to answer a lot of questions. All right, so same as the other templates I have set up, you've got amount of loan, you've got the date of the loan proceeds received, your end of your covered period. This has changed just a little bit because an example in the loan forgiveness application clarified that it's the 12th in this example counts as one of your days. Okay, so instead of saying the 12th plus 56 days, it's plus 55. And so I have changed that here. So that's going to change your date. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to that. This next option here, okay, are you electing the alternate payroll covered period? Now, I have this in my other template too for tracking the expenses, but basically what this means is you can choose to start the 8-week period. You can start that clock on the first day of the first pay period after you get your money. All right. So if that's going to be more beneficial for you, then you would choose this. If it's not, then you don't. All right. So you can choose here. I've got a drop down box. You can choose yes or no. If you choose yes, then you're going to put in the date, which is the first day of the first pay period after you got your money. So you enter that there, and it's going to tell you that this is your alternative 8-week date. Okay. Next thing here, are you electing the simplified method for FTEs? All right, so in the PPP loan forgiveness application, they talk about a simplified method for FTEs. And basically what this means is that, if you have employees that work 40 or more hours per week, you can put them in as just one FTE. And if they work less than 40 hours a week, you put them in at 0.5 FTEs instead of calculating to the exact 10th, which is what they talk about in the application. So I've got a drop-down box here. You can choose yes or no, and it could really change your outcome, and I'll show you what I mean by that in just a minute. Now, the last one here, are you a seasonal employer? Okay, so they say if you're a seasonal employer, you can choose a 12-week period between May 1st, 2019 and September 15th, 2019 to calculate your FTEs instead of the normal 2019 and 2020 time periods. All right. So if you're a seasonal employer, calculate your FTEs on each tab, determine which one is lowest. If you're not a seasonal employer, choose no and leave the seasonal tab, this one, blank. All right. So I want to show you what this does here. So if I choose yes, it brings in a number into this calculation based on the input in the seasonal tab. All right. So again, if you're not a seasonal employer, make sure this is no. And if you are, then obviously make sure it's yes. Okay, so what this does is this provides a little summary calculation here. Because the basic premise is your covered period, which is your 8-week period, you have a certain average FTEs. Then you're going to calculate your FTEs for this date range, and it gives you a number. This date range, and it gives you a number. And if you're a seasonal employer, this, whatever that 12-week period you choose, you're going to calculate it, and it gives you a number here. It's going to take the lowest of these three numbers, okay, or 2 if you're not a seasonal employer, and divide it into this number. And if the result is 1 or more, you are fine, you pass the test. If it's less, then you don't pass the test, and some of your forgiveness will be reduced. All right. Okay, so we got the basics of this summary page here. Let's go over to this FTEs covered period. All right. So you're going to look at your 8-week period, all right, that you have this PPP loan and that you have to spend this money. What you're going to do is you're going to put in, you can change the employees on here, you can put in their names, whatever you want to do, and you're going to put in their full hours for each week. So you got week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, etc. So for the entire 8 weeks. And it's going to calculate an average. This is an 8-week average. And I'll show you down here. It just adds up the totals. And then it says, what is the average FTE? Okay, so in the application, talks about dividing by 40 hours per week. And I have this set up. It's rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay, now, if you're electing the simplified method, it's going to put it at 0.5 or at 1. Remember I talked about the electing the simplified method over here. So if we say, I am not electing the simplified method, you're going to see that it puts this at 0 and it's going to use this column instead. So just like I said before, you can show a very big difference between the average FTE and if you're electing the simplified method. So you want to make sure that you play around with this, yes or no, to see what result you get, because if you do, you can see in this example, you pass, and if you don't, you don't, okay? Very, very important to make sure that you look at this. And you don't have to enter any additional data. This is all formula driven, okay? All right, so when we go to the next one here, we got FTEs 2019. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to look at these time periods. Now, keep in mind, this is just a 2-week period. You're going to put in the total hours worked. Okay, so employee 1 worked 150 hours in March of 2019, 44 in April, 99 in May, etc. This is going to calculate your weekly average. I'm doing this over 18 weeks for this time period. It's going to calculate the average FTE, just like in the other tab for the covered period, and then the simplified method. All right. And now we're doing the same thing for 2020, which is the time period January and February 2020. And we have it over an 8-week period. We got the average, the FTE, and then the simplified method. And then if you are seasonal, all right, you're going to choose your 12-week period. And again, I've got descriptions in all these boxes to tell you a little bit more information about what to enter. But you're going to look in this 12-week period and you're going to choose your FTEs, and it's going to calculate the simplified method average and weekly average, all right? So this number or this number, depending on what you choose, is going to be pulled back over to the summary right here to calculate whether or not you pass this test, okay? Now, I have to say that these rules are incredibly confusing. And I think that the PPP loan forgiveness application that came out on Friday probably confused the situation even more than it was already. So hopefully, I think that this template is going to help clarify things, especially because all you got to do is enter hours, and the rest of the spreadsheet should calculate to tell you, are you passing or not? All right. Now, again, I want to reiterate that these rules could change. They probably will change, and so you need to take all this with a grain of salt, and I will keep updating these as the rules change. But if you have any questions, any problems, leave a comment below. I am putting the download link in the description of this video, as well as the pinned first comment on the video. So you can download it, use it, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.